great seeing you. This is almost becoming tradition. Wherever we're at the CFC barbecue, every year for the last 3 years, we've been making sure we've done an interview. How have things been for you so far during TIFF? And how have things been going so far for you anyways?
Things have been great. We just wrapped our film, a women's MMA film called Excelsis. Yeah, so I get to play a really badass character, which has been a lot of fun. Obviously, the stunt doubles do all the work. I'm just the cupcake that stands in and plays. So.
Okay, well, hold on. You just jumped right into the film, so let's get into it. What's this film about?
So it's a female-led MMA film, and so there's a character who has to rise above all of her difficulties, but the greatest cage she has is in her own mind. And I get to play the antagonist. I'm sort of the Joker to her. So that was a very fun character to play because it was no holds barred. So.
Wow, what kind of training did you have to do for this? I mean, I've been an MMA fan for years. But I mean, 4 years. I've interviewed some of the classic guys from back in the day.
Oh, wow.
What was it like for you, though? Like, did you watch any of the old sport, the new? Like, what did you have to do to be prepared for this?
Well, I personally signed up for jiu-jitsu and kickboxing. I didn't, what I touched on was just a little dabble compared to what, I mean, these women have trained for years and years. It's their profession, it's what puts food on the table. So I dabbled in that. I also looked at character research of Griselda Blanco, one of the greatest, I looked at her, I looked at the wrestlers. I just saw their lives that they live, and I learned so much about how truly strong these women are. They're like, it doesn't get any stronger than that.
Now, even though you did mention that there are stunt people in this, there had to have been certain things you had to do, so I gotta ask, did you get hit or injured at any time?
No, I did not. Our stunt team is like a class. They're world class. So I wasn't even grazed.
Good to hear. But you also said, too, you got another project going on.
I do. I have a film called Makala. It's a goddess of lightning. It's a spiritual superhero.
Wow. How did this come about?
It's been brewing for many years, and I used to work in the oil industry, and I started looking at the mirrors, the reflections of our bodies and Mother Earth, and say, how we have our energy meridians, how the Earth has her ley lines, and just looking at the things that we're doing to her and how that affects us and vice versa. And so that has just been something I've been channeling for a while now. And it's the one thing that really, really gets me. I could go with no sleep writing.
It almost, do you remember, this was back in the 80s or 90s, Captain Planet?
Yeah.
Is it similar to that? I don't want to say, because it was a little goofy back then, because this sounds like something, very touching, whatever, but is it something like that, do you think?
There's definitely humor in it. My father in real life is East Indian, and he's going to be playing, it might not be him, we'll see, but the character written for him is a very hilarious character. So it's a sci-fi drama, adventure, fantasy, but there's definitely humor in it. It's also based on twin flames and coming into balance with our own divine feminine and masculine. So showing that it's not about being a woman or being a man or being black or being white or whatever the labels we put on everything. It's about just our hearts are all the same, and if we actually get the soldiers that guard our hearts to stand down, we will be able to experience the unity that we came here for, which every one of our souls is trying to reach.
I love it. Absolutely love it. When do we get to see these films? How does this all work for us to finally get back and enjoy this?
So Excelsis will be out 2020, and Makala 2021.
And in the meantime, to know anything that's going on with you, social media is the place to go. Where do we go for this?
Kathryn Aboya is my Instagram, KATHRYN ABOYA.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to talking to you again next year, making this interview number 4.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.